And give sense of privilege and gratitude to God. Once again, see the sons and daughters of Angoduko and the various invited guests gathered in peace and unity to celebrate our unique Hogbe with our traditional allies and friends. As specifically welcome my brother and a friend, the Yana of Dagon, His Royal Majesty Abubakar Mahama II, for honoring my invitation to be part of this historic celebration. I sincerely thank him and his entourage for accepting my invitation here among us celebrate our 61st Tsotso Festival. My dear Yana was specifically invited to cement the long-standing friendship between our Tante and Dagon, the three kingdoms recognized by the colonial administrators. Your visit, following that of the Asante Heme of Tutu last year, is very significant and profound and designed to strengthen that union. I also extend my profound gratitude to our President and Head of State, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, for accepting our invitation and being present. The Hogbe Festival has not only afforded us the opportunity to commemorate the historic exodus of our forebears from Manyɛ to Togo to our present home, and to equate to us our current heritage, but also to give us the opportunity to perform the various customary rites like cleansing the land, reconciliation with one another, and forging ahead as one people to work for the socio-economic development of our Dugo. The theme for this year's Tsotso Festival is climate change. A change to lands below sea level. The concern of the ancestors and the stakeholders. Since the President, the Angola coast has been under siege, experiencing unprecedented tidal waves and flooding, leading to the displacement of families and communities and disruption of socio-economic services, pollution of water bodies, and increase in health-related issues for some time now. However, the current situation is phenomenal. From the estuary of the Volta River in the west to the Aplawu coastline in the east, the coast is being bombarded and submerged by severe sea erosion. Many families have lost their homes to the sea. May I appeal to the government for a comprehensive coastal protection project has been done in Togo and Benin to protect and preserve the coast from the sea erosion. I want the government to expedite action on the implementation of the West African Coastal Areas Management Program. That is it.
His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the President of the Ghana Arm. His Royal Highness Hogbe Awusu II, our Dada of Anglo Dukuo. His Royal Highness Hogbe Agokole Ebefiaba of Northway, Togo. Honorable Minister of Substantive and Religious Affairs, Honorable Asamoah Boateng, and Honorable Volta Regional Minister, Honorable Ashbold Yao Lisa. Other Ministers of State, honorable MPs present, MMDCs present, the clergy, distinguished invited guests, the good people who are Anglo Duko, the media, ladies and gentlemen. It is with happiness and at the same time a heavy heart that I greet you this afternoon. This festival is supposed to be one of celebration of our achievements over the past years, but unfortunately it has fallen on a day and a time when the whole nation of Ghana is in a state of sadness and helplessness in a state as a result of the havoc caused by the spillage of the Akosombo Dam. I send you greetings from the people of Dagbon and our sympathy for the colossal loss. Continue. Your Royal Majesty, as brothers, stand by you in this moment of untold hardship and are ready to offer our support whatever capacity that we are able to offer. The theme for this year's festival has been appropriately selected as we all try to grapple with the spillage and its undesirable consequences and to find lasting solutions to this unfortunate communities that are relatively below sea level are not going to be affected by this. Your Excellency, regard the solution of this problem to be beyond the activities of the good people affected and call the government and other benevolent organizations to continue to do more to quicken the recovery. Contribution is small, financial or otherwise. We also call on the relevant ministries to tackle this situation holistically as this extends along the Volta River to the north, especially the Savannah region. The people of Hogbe in the Savannah region were among the first communities to be submerged, and this seems to be an perennial event. We pray that we and the government find a permanent solution to this unfortunate situation. Your Excellency, we commend all the philanthropic efforts of the government machinery and organizations and individuals, especially the hard-working Volta region MPs that have expended and continue to expend their time and resources to bring relief to the people of the communities affected. Excellency, I want to express our delight in having this real opportunity to participate in this year's Tsotso Festival and see for myself all the good things that are said about it. I learned that the Tsotso Festival is always preceded by peacemaking, where all disputes are settled amicably between trading families, clans, and also between individuals. If we could extend this peacemaking process to other tribes and groups in our country, we will all have a beautiful country worth fighting for. Your Excellency, this annual peacemaking ceremony is worth copying, especially for Dagbon, where the Abudu and Nandani enmity has taken a great toll on our Commonwealth. This will further strengthen and sustain the peace that you have gifted to the people of Dagbon. We surely need a lesson in this ceremony, and it will definitely be a game changer for us in our strive to hasten and development in peace. That is, hasten our development in peace. Your Excellency, I also learned that during the month of the festival, general cleaning is carried out in all the communities, which is also a laudable exercise to promote the health of the people in the communities. It is also worth adopting in our communities. Your Excellency, the theme for this year's festival provides a medium to brainstorm and find solutions for the prevention of the occurrence of the disruptions caused by flood waters, such as the spillage of the Akosombo Dam. I strongly believe the saying that every misfortune is a blessing in disguise. This misfortune staring us in the face today will definitely lead us to changes in the way we are used to doing things, to better options that will bring us more security and well-being. Rome was not built in a day, so we shouldn't despair because of the enormity of the destruction, but remain resolute in doing whatever we have decided together to do and clean up the mess and move on. Your Excellency, A gathering of this nature that assembles great sons and daughters of the land from home and abroad is a great resource for the Anglo state, and any state for that matter, especially when the purpose of the homecoming is known. My prayer is that the Anglo state should be able to benefit from the expertise of its sons and daughters at home in the diaspora, especially in the areas by the team of
President Mahama, our mafia, Hamda, Dagbon, Duko, Ashanti, Fiabu Grova, Fiadu Fawa, Mini Hogbe, President Mahama, do CD, Akta Awoda, 10,000 Ghana cedis, La Hogbe. Nanamake Ogako 10,000 Ghana cedis. Mi cover na library atutu. Ye Onamiako echi carton plato 50 cartons of bottled water, 14 crates of soft drinks, 16 bottles. Ghana and distinguished ladies and gentlemen. The president speaking to us soon, but he has a donation to make. The drinks you see here are from the president, Hogbe 3, and the Anglo Traditional Council in connection with the Tsotso 2023. In addition to the drinks, the president has also brought a donation of 100,000 Ghana cedis. Thank you.
Clergy, Walter Regional Minister, the former First Lady, Anakonebua Rawlins, the former Speaker of Parliament, Right Honorable Edward Ajao, Chair for the occasion, Minister for Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, Member of Parliament for Anglo, other members of Parliament, active and retired, District Chief Executive for Anglo, other municipal and district chief executive, Hogbe 3 the Third, a woman of the Anglo State, Yana Mahama Bubakari II, Overlord Dagbon, other rulers of Dagbon, the chair of the National Democratic Congress, Hogbe, Mamao, members of the diplomatic corps, residents of Anglo-Gan, fellow Ghanaians, ladies and gentlemen. Very happy to have finally made it here today and be able to participate in the celebration of the famous Tsotso festival, the Anglo. Better late than never, the saying goes. I suspect that all things considered, this year might turn out to be a most suitable time for each to have come. Omefia, thank you very much for the invitation and for this reception. It's always such a pleasure to see the exhibition of beautiful cultural activity. Confidence and pride in our culture are some of our strongest attributes, but we should not hesitate to make a display of them at every opportunity. Impressed also in the midst of guests that Hogbe has been able to attract to this ceremony. I trust I'll be excused if I make special mention of the presence here, the mighty overlord of Dagbon, Yana Mahama Bubakari II. I know moving the Yana and his retinue takes quite some effort. presence here speaks volumes about the importance he attaches to the relations between the Anglo and Gabon kingdoms and people. His attendance here recalls one of the major successes of my time in office, which is the restoration of peace to Gabon after decades of protracted internecine conflict. Priceless towards this magnificent spectacle of the resplendent Ghana and his vessel, present for the first time ever, the Festival of the Avloki. Let me use the opportunity once again to express my gratitude to the Almighty for all those who work so hard to bring peace and dignity back to Gabon. I do hope sincerely the rest of the country takes note. We all work to preserve the peace and stability of our nation. Days like this, when the chieftaincy institution is on display, showing off its attraction, must all pay due regard the peace and stability that make that possible. The organizers of this year's festival have shown in their choice of a theme that they're very much in tune with the realities of the events that are affecting our lives today. Climate change, challenge to lands below sea level, concern of the Anglo state and the stakeholders. I am old enough and have had lots of friends from these parts of the country to know that sea erosion, tidal wave, the challenge of coastal instability are not exactly new to people that live along the coast here. Stories about the sea washing away homes, shops, schools and cemeteries in and around the ancient town of Kita are legendary. Indeed, time was when popular wisdom was that those who could afford amongst the Anglo elite were all building their retirement homes far away from Kita, in the regional capital of Hogbe, so they could save themselves from the ravages of the sea. Some homes of friends of mine, of my parents, which we used to visit as children, have disappeared into the sea. With time, attitudes changed, and it was decided that Kita must be saved, and with that came various attempts to construct a defense wall. We must acknowledge the significantly brave role played by the first NPP government, led by His Excellency John Ajikun Kufuor, the second president of the Fourth Republic, and the seminal role of the lead engineer, the late Hogbe III, who was the chief of nearby Alakle. Some will remember Hogbe Boku's hard work, not just in getting the project executed professionally, but also in his attempts to make the community take on board the importance of finding an accommodating way to live with nature. These past few years, nature has been rough and unpredictable, but it is fair also to admit that we, the human inhabitants, have not treated our earth with the care and deference that we should. We denude our forests and treat our rivers and water bodies with reckless abandon, and the sea as an inexhaustible rubbish container. Unsurprisingly, with time, the orderly nature of our world seems to have been turned upside down. We can no longer predict with much confidence the seasons that have guided human behavior for centuries. As we consider the events occasioned by the spillage of water from the Akosombo Dam, the reality of the effects of climate change have been brought more forcefully home to us in our country. Since the dam was built back in 1965,
The VRA which manages it has never been constructed in the series of events that led to the unfortunate flooding of the lower Volta Basin. The areas around here have also been experiencing flooding, not all caused by the spilling, but no less dramatic and with similar effects on lives and livelihoods. As our president, I'd like to state how pleased I am by the reaction of the Ghanaian people to the crisis. Our engineers have risen to the occasion and displayed the competence that engenders confidence. Our disaster response systems have been tested to the full, and I believe we can say that they have performed well. Our military displayed admirable professionalism and lived up to their role of defending the nation and its people in times of crisis. Our journalists have done their duty and kept the nation informed, even if some of them could not resist their forefounding instincts as their first response. The importance of factual reporting in the management of a crisis was brought home to all of us by the effect of the publication of a piece of deliberate fake news, including inciting some people to make dangerous assumptions about the attitude of the government, which could have led to serious consequences. I am glad that the early reports of diarrhea, cholera, and bilharzia turned out to have been untrue. And we must give credit to the health service managers and workers for their vigilance. It is important to state that none of these things happened by chance. We managed the situation because our government was working. The interministerial committee which I formed, the regional administration, district assemblies, state agencies like VRA, NADMO, the health service, the military and the police have all been working together to resolve the crisis. I know that we do not often think of the possibility of the structures of government working. To the many private sector and ordinary citizens who make donations and offers of help in various ways. The best of the Ghanaian spirit is on display. At this stage, it is probably worth saying a few words on the rumpus I appear to have generated by some innocent comments I made during my visit to the flood area in Mepe. I'm grateful to the Queen Mother of Mepe, Mamaga Adjo Srako IV, for her brave defense of my comment. Babeo, Mamao, I've made no attempt to hide my determination to woo the people of the Volta region, my political party, the New Patriotic Party. That I have not yet succeeded does not mean I shall stop my efforts. I'm convinced that the NPP should be the natural home for the people of the Volta region. And this is based not just on ideological reasons, but also on historical ones too. Permit me to cite one of those reasons. In 1960, Dr. J.B. Danko stood on the ticket of the United Party, the predecessor party of the NPP, to contest Dr. Kwame Nkrumah of the Convention People's Party for the presidency of the new republic. In that election, Dr. Danko won decisively here in Amlo and in the whole West, even though he lost in the country. Need I say more? Until that day comes, when the Volta region returns home to its proper political roots, I shall continue to try to woo it. And you must all, in the meantime, overlook the apparent controversies of a yet to be successful suitor. I live in active hope that I will see the reversal of the fortunes of the NPP in the Volta region in my lifetime. good friend, Hogbe III, respected former Commissioner of Police, I'm glad that you acknowledge the infrastructural developments that my government has brought to this area. I'm looking forward especially to the completion of the Agenda 111 hospital being constructed in Akodui, my being able to commission it into service before I leave office. I have similar expectations for the completion of the TVET structure that will meet the needs of the community by providing skill training for our young people. I hear you. On the list of outstanding infrastructure problems you have enumerated, I'm very much aware of the roads that need to be built in this area, how important they are, not just for the people here, but as critical routes for our country. Hoping that as soon as the roads ministry is able, they will receive the attention they deserve. Much as we know what needs to be done, we should also not forget that my government has constructed 432 kilometers of roads in the Volta region, unprecedented achievement. I will list a few of some of the roads my government has completed. 1, dualization of the 2-kilometer whole main road. 2, the 30 kilometers Hogbe to Kando road. 3, the upgrading of the Bolokwati Lee road. 4, resealing of the 50-kilometer Isukuma Junction to Whole road. 5, re-graveling of the 30-kilometer Bakabia to Adigamo road. 6, servicing of the 78 kilometers at Tekave to Yame Abikokwe road. 7, static overlay of the 15 kilometers of town roads in Hohoe. 8, the bitumen surfacing of the 50.6 kilometer Akwete Abaklu Waya Feeder road. 9, bitumen surfacing of Pome, Yaniba, Afwaga road, Niba town roads, Bra, Sabadu roads, and Pome, Gata road. 10, servicing of the 12-kilometer Tipo Oviaji Trepi road. 11, bitumen surfacing of the 9.7 kilometer Afidiko Ote, Iko and Oviaji Feeder road. 12, the bitumen surfacing the 9.7 kilometer Liat Odira Fodemi Aho road. 13, upgrading of the 2.5 kilometer Clearfield Town road. Work is ongoing on the 5.3 kilometer whole bypass dualization project. Stands 37% complete. As is work, the upgrading of 8 kilometers of selected roads get to south, now 48% complete. All of here, Togoyo, Mamao, Tegos, Davis, and Depp. At the end of 2016, before I came into office, only 130 kilometers, that's 5 kilometers, that is 20% of the Eastern Corridor Road was in good condition. As at the end of 2022, 366 kilometers, that is 74% of the corridor has improved from poor to good condition. This had a positive impact on the movement of goods and stock of food. Government is also aware of the state of some roads in the region which require major rehabilitation. These include 1, the Afao Demu project of the Afiadinka of the Dakwa Whole Road. 2, the Denu of the Guitar Road. 3, the Hogbe January Road. 4, Akotui Junction, the Way Adikon Road. 5, the Nyako Seba Road. 6, the way down the Tree and Sika South Road. Sections of these roads were awarded to protect for maintenance activities. Most of the contractors, however, failed to carry out the work. Ministry of Roads and Highways has thus decided to terminate the current contract, and repackage them for award. The short term, the mobile maintenance unit of the Ghana Highway Authority will be deployed to undertake emergency maintenance of the very critical section of these roads. The government has also secured funding of $89 million United States dollars from the African Development Bank for the construction of the following roads. 1. The Asukpare Bolivar Road, 29.5 kilometers. The Dufour Adidome and Sukuma Junction Road, 39.2 kilometers. Asutware Junction Aveime Road, 23.9 kilometers. And 2 interchanges at Dufour, Adidome, and Sukuma Junction. Procurement processes are currently ongoing, and I expect works on these roads commence in the first quarter of 2024. So as you can see, a lot has been done, a lot is being done, and a lot will be done. I'd like to conclude by expressing my gratitude for the invitation to be part of the celebrations of this historic festival. The achievements we have made, the challenges we face, are testament to our shared commitment to a better future for the people of our North and all Ghanaians. As we celebrate this festival, let us remember our heritage, protect our vital and more sustainable future for the generation to come. Without necessarily wanting to introduce a sad note, nevertheless, must recollect that next week, that is a week on Sunday, 12th November, will be the 3rd anniversary of the death of a most eminent son of Anglo and Ghana, the first president of the Fourth Republic, the late Jerry John Rawlings. May his soul continue to rest in perfect peace in the bosom of the Almighty until the last day of the resurrection, when we shall all meet again. Amen.
Mokobabia Gashin, Wajaga Kababia, Mina Fio. I'm a Hogbe Tsotso, it was 1 year no Kababia. I'm a dada, I'm invitation. Konima Banima Kwe, I'm any fable. She commeto near Maba. Sanima Chamani. Ni Eche Nyamime, Manyɛ, Kona Mefita Hekasa Fatame. Ke wabi nintera wa hie oni wa bani won wa ba wa kwa won ngbe anu kwale o ye fo wa mi e hye wo he ke mani festival ete no wa mi e hye wo he wa bi ene ba je ye gbe fon ko no ba ni wa ba kwa me se amenoji wa shitamani wata
na mo chimoni chebo bi enya ojoba anya ba damo gan se alo nye ba ake manye me ni nye ba ko nye me.
Oh, amedada ha me invitation. Koni mabani imba kwano ni yano. She inye ni kometo ni maba. Ewo inchi mbenko nupa ye ke mami ni gina blade. Ewo ni wacha wa yifio yan wa ya pepi wacha wa yifio kwani waba kwa me ise ka meni fe moja ke gan ka igbe me ko me no jiwo wo shita mani wota ya bie aka nyami ka nya no sumo no ni ha wo ka ba bie ne
Owane wa ba bia ke ni nya ba bie ne te shikamo yo ten ni meni jino ni nya koka ya mi ke ya hia ka wa gbajeke.
Oh, bia shikamo ye fine. Ameto amegbaji ano ojogba. Ni wana ke amenwa ameye ame culture. Nika won nonu wakase ye mi ne ka wote waka agbo no ye gan. No fe no te no fe fel. Ni ahewo hime hu fine.
Be waba Adamo wa majanye me anajan ke agbene nyimi me media fo efa bi ni babi e na hu anajan ni wa Kenya iradon wanye me eba ameba represent Gadangbe Ojogban ye bi ene ake aye ashiga anwa ke game hu me kometo jiwo oba ko wanye me ase fefel ni efefel na agba Ojogban wo ba kwagbe ake wose ko keji Gadangbe le hu ya ye ehomowo wo ba na ake wanye me anwura me amehu amba chebe benke ni amekewo ayele Ojogban eko Gadangbe ni femo eke anwura ni femo gbegni yomi ni echa noko bibio kope wa manyeme wie amebada mo Gadangbe efena manye opana wana Kenya gbajake mani Kenya babie
wo bia ne ba tabrajeje ni wote shikaka no no yigbe chi ina invitation kaje awadada de ni mabani makwe no ni ya no ye bie chi kometo nyema ba won chi mbenko nupa ye ni chi mbenke mami na blade neke imanyeme ke wobi ne ba ko ni kometo ni nkaba ni waba kwa akeshi mini jino ni kasafobie ko ni mba ni waba kwa ake mini ya no anu kwale ni waba ye fo amegbeji ano to ke no fi ano ye fine ni ke wo hu e ba hye wo no ni won wo ba fe na kan no hu e ba wapi no fi ano te no fe fo ame festival e fo wo bi ene ni waba be waba ni waba kwe no ni poteni yo bi ene no ji wo shita monem
okay onupa ye wo cheme lehe
oh wo cheme kome lehe ko wo te shikaka wo yigbe eja ke invitation na ha mi ada ni kometo mate shikaka ni ma yigbe dabi e wo nke chon onupa ye kome ni ame hani ntem mami ni mami hu cheme na ba wa mi eja ke invitation agba me ke ha mi inkometo nyema mata bi ene aka mi umanye maka aka madomo Ghana koni wakwe ni no na aban afio ye bie ndoji woshi ni wakatana
be nyatwu no nya iradon ka mese kwemo
Atibo United so agaba atiba Filo 100 Chulu Police High so awada ziko Asiata you so keji Asiata Red Devil Ekwata Bolpe ina now Akonami Dawa Dawa Aso President Nigeria Mama Kata from Oba ya Africa Aso Aso Noma Nia Kakonamina na Kafema Nia Dwajakon Wana
Tsotso Kuda Zayanua, Barakuma 0244 63 60 57. Hello 027207. And I sent it to the voter PNG. When I go to the produce, they pay a bunch of what younger. I won't